It begins with grainy video. A man alone in the middle of the night, struggling to drag a large object across the pavement. He pulls, adjusts, pulls again. The bundle is heavy, awkward, wrapped tightly in fabric. To anyone watching, it looks strange, unsettling. But when police later reviewed the footage, they realized this wasn't just suspicious. It was evidence of a murder. The man in the footage is 36-year-old Jossimar Cabrera. The object he drags? His wife? Her name was Sheyla Lisbeth Gutierrez Rosillo. She was 33 years old, a devoted mother of three, a woman who dreamed of a safer life, free from abuse. Within days, her body would be discovered in a remote forest, her children left motherless, and her husband fleeing the country. This is the chilling story of how one piece of video evidence exposed a crime.
Had any interaction with the husband. He always seems like mad all the time.
And how a mother's fight to protect her children was silenced forever. To the outside world, Sheyla was a cheerful, warm-hearted woman. Friends described her as a light in the room, always smiling despite hardships. Her biggest joy was her children.
Con una sonrisa grande.
Who always had a big smile, they say.
Siempre hablaba con demasiado amor de sus hijos.
But inside her home, life was not safe. Sheyla's marriage was marked by psychological manipulation and physical abuse.
It's scary, very spooky.
Family members say she endured years of mistreatment. She confided that she wanted to leave and was planning to file a report against her husband. Sadly, statistics show that the most dangerous time for victims of domestic violence is when they attempt to leave. For Sheyla, that danger became fatal. On August 12, 2025, Sheyla was reported missing.
Their car at 2:30, and he was telling me like to park. Like he was just being weird at the parking.
Her family immediately raised alarms. She was not the type to vanish without a word. She loved her kids too much. But her husband, Jossimar, had explanations. To some relatives, he claimed immigration agents, ICE, had taken her away. To others, he said she had left him for another man. And later, he hinted that she might have suffered an accident. The stories kept changing. And for the children, the confusion was unbearable. They kept asking, "Where's Mommy?" But instead of reassurance, they were met with lies. The turning point came on August 13th. Investigators obtained surveillance footage from a neighbor's security camera. In it, Jossimar Cabrera appears. He is dragging a large, heavy bundle tightly wrapped in cloth. The shape is unmistakable. The effort it takes him.
Devastated seeing this video, seeing, the way he dragged her out and the way they found her.
The way the bundle bends and scrapes along the ground, all point to something horrifying. Detectives compared the material to items seen at the apartment. It matched. The timing was chilling, filmed just hours after Sheyla was last seen alive.
His eyes looked just scary.
What neighbors thought was strange behavior now looked like the cover-up of a killing. Armed with this lead, detectives turned their search to Angeles National Forest, a vast, rugged area known for its steep cliffs and thick trees. On August 16th, just 4 days after Sheyla was reported missing, the Montrose search and rescue team scoured the area. At around 10 a.m., they spotted something odd down an embankment. From a distance, it looked like a bundle wrapped in fabric, exactly like the one seen in the surveillance video. When rescuers climbed down, the truth was devastating. Inside that bundle was the body of Sheyla Cabrera. She had been discarded like trash, left in the wilderness. A mother, a daughter, a friend, reduced to a wrapped shape tossed down a hillside.
We need answers and we need justice because this is something so awful that is even hard just to trying to talk about it, you know?
But where was Jossimar? By the time Sheyla's body was found, he was already gone. He had taken their 3 children and fled, first across the border into Mexico, then further south into Peru. He was actually detained twice, once in Mexico, once in Peru. But without official charges yet filed, authorities had to let him go. Imagine that, a man suspected of killing his wife, traveling freely with the very children who had just lost their mother. Eventually, Peru's foreign ministry intervened. The children were returned safely to Los Angeles.
Que a mi hermana le había agarrado el ice. Gutierrez's sister says he first said ICE had taken her, later that she left with another man, and a third account that she'd suffered an accident.
On August 22, 2025, prosecutors in Los Angeles filed murder charges against Jossimar Cabrera. An extradition request was sent to Peru. Authorities are now working to bring him back to the U.S. to face trial. Meanwhile, Sheyla's family is left with unimaginable grief.
So I think that was her fear, that if she did anything, he was going to come and kidnap the kids or take them.
Her children, innocent and young, now face life without their mother. Her relatives have said Sheyla was planning to get help. She wanted to break free, but she never got the chance. This case is about more than one tragic crime. It's about the silent dangers of domestic violence, how it escalates quietly, then explodes.
This heart is unbelievable because you always see this type of things in the news and you never in a million years you're gonna think, oh, that could have happened to my neighbor, that could have happened to my sister.
Her friends are now rallying to get the district attorney to file charges and bring back Jossimar.
We need to put pressure on getting him back over here so that we can serve justice for her.
It's about technology, how a single camera captured evidence that may one day convict a killer.
Peru, Helga Rosillo calls on U.S. authorities for help to capture the man suspected of killing her daughter, 33-year-old Sheyla Gutierrez. Her family says Gutierrez's husband, suspected of killing her, gave varying accounts of her whereabouts when she went missing over a week ago.
And it's about 3 children robbed of their mother, forced to grow up with questions no child should ever have to ask.
Estamos acá sus amigos porque ella no tenía familia aquí en Estados Unidos.
Because she didn't have family here in the U.S. We are her voice in this moment, and that is what we ask for.
The image of a man dragging a bundle into the night is haunting, but it may also be the key to justice for Sheyla, for her children, and for everyone who loved her.
Justice for Sheyla, and not one more. They said a prayer in her memory and called for justice in her name, describing her as an unconditional friend, a loving mother, and a hard worker.
Yes, Susan, that vigil is in progress right now. You can see a couple of dozen people have gathered to remember Sheyla Cabrera, the mother of 3. There are activists and friends here in support of the victim. And I can tell you this, that I have new information, investigators telling me they have strong evidence against the husband, DNA blood evidence linking him to his wife's murder. In the meantime, Sheyla's friends and neighbors have championed her cause. They supplied the ring footage, which is critical to the murder investigation.
What do you think? Is that surveillance video enough to prove he's guilty? Or do you think more evidence is still needed? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them all. And if you believe Sheyla deserves justice, hit like so more people hear her story. Share this video to keep her memory alive. And don't forget to subscribe to Crime Hunters so you never miss the next case we uncover.